And then exhaling everything out, but take your time with that exhale. And now that my mic is working for those at home, we are in a gentle butterfly stretch on our backs. Close your eyes. We're going to spend a couple minutes here. So if this stretch feels a little intense for you, you can come back into corpse pose, or you can bring the heels a little farther away from you to kind of release that intensity. So now we're just going to take about 8 to 10 pranayama breaths. So this is a good practice to kind of clear the energy and have a nice sense of calm within for practice. If you feel your mind start to wander, just focus on the breath. So let out that exhale, fully exhaling. And next time you inhale, take in a little bit more air. So really just luxuriate in this breath. Just really take all the time, just taking that nice big breath in, holding it for just a beat, and then exhaling every last drop out of the body. And while we're breathing like this, just know that you're detoxifying yourself through the breath. And we'll take about 5 more breaths just like that. And there is a beautiful full moon today on this beautiful first day of May. So full moons are all about release, letting go. So today I would like us to focus our intention on maybe releasing any critic or judgment that we have coming into practice. Let go of things that don't serve you. Let that go with the breath. Just release it right here onto your yoga mat. Let it go into the earth. Let earth take care of the worries for you. And for these last 3 breaths, we'll just be silent as you breathe nice and slow. If there's anything that you want to bring in or let go, you can kind of create that for yourself right here. When you inhale through the nostrils, you're bringing in pure, good air. The nostril hairs is cleaning that air for you into the lungs. And when you exhale, you're literally letting go of all that yucky junk in the body, all the things that we consume and breathe in. You're releasing that on your exhale. So really take the time. I would rather you exhale longer than you inhaled. So really just let it all out as if it's like a balloon, releasing every last drop. And take 2 more breaths. Last big breath here, maybe the biggest breath so far. No rushing. Feeling the belly rise, feeling the chest. And then letting every last drop out of the body. And then once you let that last breath go, you can start to move around the wrists just to wake up the body. Start to gently close the legs up. And we're just going to do a little counter stretch here. So bring the knees together and the feet on the outside of the mat for a little internal rotation. You can cactus out the arms here if you want. Just stay here for a breath or two. Just give yourself like a moment here for you. Maybe you still have one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Just feeling gratitude for your body, for your life. And then if the knees are together, start to separate the knees. And what we're going to do is make little windmill motions back and forth. So you can drop the knees gently to the right and look to the left. But take this time to just keep the movement slow. Like I said, there is a full moon, so sometimes the energy could be really chaotic. So I think it's real good for us to just take this time to ground ourselves and move with intention versus forcefully whipping ourselves around and breathing fast. Just let's feel how the body feels here. Maybe you feel your low back moving around on the mat. Maybe you feel your shoulder blades. That feels good. Just take a few breaths in some gentle windmilling motion. And then when you feel like you've had enough of that, you can start to grab behind the knees, and we're going to take some spinal rolls, but we're going to take our time as we do that. So just rock and roll your spine just maybe 2-3 times, and then we're going to come into tabletop. And then from here, we're going to bring our big toes to touch and separate the knees and slide your fingertips towards the top as we come into child's pose. Bring the forehead down towards the mat. If the forehead doesn't reach, that's okay. You can always clasp your hands and use your thumbs to massage your forehead, the pineal gland here, the third eye. Just take this time to connect with your mat and your breath without any expectations. If your forehead is touching the mat, you can rock it left and right. And then you can bring your fingertips towards the right edge of the mat and bring your left palm on top. Bring the left cheek down so you're stretching the left side of the rib cage. And take one full breath here. When you inhale, stretch the fingertips farther away. And then when you exhale, just let the hips sink back. And then you'll feel that intensity in that left ribs. Fully exhaling. When the lungs are all emptied out, we'll move the fingertips towards the left top of the mat. Bring the right palm on top. Right cheek comes down. So now you're stretching the right side of the rib cage. Inhaling to stretch the fingertips towards the top. And exhaling to let something go. Inhale back into the center. Just take another full breath here. Next time you inhale, you can keep your eyes closed as you start to press up into tabletop. Keeping the eyes closed is optional, but sometimes it feels good to just not have any outer distractions in the beginning of our practice. We're going to be moving into tabletop, and then once you're in tabletop, just start to make some natural movements, whatever the body feels like it needs. Maybe that's hip circles, maybe you're curling the toes and sending the hips back to stretch the feet a little bit. We will move into cat-cow eventually, but right now it's just nice to just move organically in a way that feels natural for you. Even if you think you look silly, don't worry about that. Just move with what your body is telling you. And then eventually we'll make our way into cat-cow. Once you feel like you got a nice little warm up in the body, we'll bring the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips, and our spine will be flat. The next time you inhale, you're going to lift the gaze up, dropping the belly and lifting the tailbone for cow pose. And then you're going to exhale, chin to chest, pushing the mat away, rounding your spine for cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And then exhale like an angry cat. And today's magic number is 8. So we're going to do this 8 times. And I invite you to add some creativity into your cat-cow and just kind of explore your own movement. That's why it's nice to keep our eyes closed, because likely your neighbor isn't looking at you. And even if they are, it's okay. Sometimes we need a little inspiration. But it's also just really nice to just be focused on our own breath and body without worrying about how we're perceived. We'll do this for about 5 or 6 more breaths. There's a few options you can do if you're needing a little bit more. You can always stretch one calf back. Also, if you need some stretching in the wrists and forearms, turn the fingertips back towards the knees. And cat-cow doesn't have to be so monotonous. As long as you're taking full breaths in between each cat and cow cycle, so make sure you're taking a complete breath. Good breathing. About 3 more breaths to go. You can always make figure 8s with the spine and make little hip circles. Finish off your last breath. Just get nice and evened out. Inhale, come back into tabletop. Curl the toes, spread the hands wide, keep the knees bent as you exhale the hips up for down dog. Let the head be heavy. Shake out the head, yes and no. Pedal out the dog. We're going to be here for about 5 breaths. This might be our only down dog today. So if you love down dog, just really enjoy being in this inversion. It could feel really good after lots of practice time in down dog. At first it could feel a little intense. But then you might just appreciate all that rushing, the blood flow, being a little upside down, different perspectives, full body stretch here. Send the energy in the hands, spread the hands nice and wide, spread the toes nice and wide. 3 more breaths here. You can look at opposite armpits here. Stay breathing. Take 1 more breath in stillness. Exhale out of the mouth. Inhale to look up the top of your mat. Empty your lungs. And then walk towards the top of your yoga mat. Once you get to the top, lengthen the spine. Inhale to a half lift. And then slightly bend the knees as we exhale into our forward fold. You can take a ragdoll here if you want to grab opposite elbows. You can sway left and right. Couple more breaths here. You can also massage or even punch the back of the calves. There's just a big fat muscle back there, so it feels really good sometimes if you're on your feet a lot. Take 1 more breath. Release a grip if you have one. Inhale to rise very slowly. Take your time coming up 1 vertebra at a time. Bringing the arms overhead, maybe just a small back bend. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Just release your palms for mountain pose. Just take a breath here. We're going to take a few breaths together. So just feel the energy in the feet into the ground. And then as you inhale, bring the arms overhead, look up, breathe, keep stretching, keep breathing. Exhale, hands to the heart, and we'll do that 3 more times. So just try to retain a little bit more air into the lungs each round. Take your time, take in more air, and then full exhalation. 2 more, inhale. Feel the ribs stretching, exhale. Maybe a little chin to the chest, bow of gratitude. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Mountain pose. You can close your eyes here. We're going to be moving through some moon salutations here. So we're going to move nice and slow. So this is more grounding versus heat building. But I'm not going to make any promises because, you know, it's vinyasa yoga. So there is going to be a little strengthening and patience involved here. So if you're starting at the top of your mat, come to the top of the mat. And what you're going to do is you're going to step to the left. So you're going to be facing the wall. Step to the left, yes. Come into goddess squat. So now you're facing the left side of your mat. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs, open the arms. You're in 5-pointed star. So arms come open, perfect. Stay as you are. Now turn the left toes so that they're facing the front. That's perfect. Now turn your right foot towards the right. What we're doing is moving into triangle on the right. Yep. So open up the arms. Start to reach with that right hand towards the top of the mat. And then bring that right hand down to meet your shin. Left arm comes up. Take a breath here. Feel your feet supporting you here. Now when you exhale, you're going to start to frame that right foot. You're framing that right foot. You're going to find yourself in a pyramid pose. So the left foot should be slightly angled up, like a 40-degree angle. Take a breath here. Drop that left knee down. We're coming into low lunge. So you're facing the top of the mat. We're coming into low lunge on the right. But take your time here. We don't have to just immediately land. So if you need to figure out the feet and legs here, when you feel like you have that figured out, inhale the arms up. Option to take a back bend. Don't feel like you need to do this, just an option. And then if you did take that back bend, exhale, bring your hands to your heart. So we're going to be moving into a side lunge on the right. So you're going to be turning towards the left edge of your mat, and you're going to be sitting on the right heel. So you're in a side lunge. So towards the right. Yep, perfect, good. There you go. And it's okay if you need to bring your hands down to kind of find your footing. Like I said, these are challenging, so we're all moving slow, we're all moving together. Yep. All right, so we're going to make our way to the back of the mat, coming onto the left side for side lunge. So walk the hands towards the left foot, sitting on the left heel. So you're at the back side of the mat, now on the left side. So now for moon salutations, we move backwards up. I know it's confusing, but I promise you practice sometimes makes perfect. So now you're facing the back of the mat, bending into the left knee. What you're going to be coming into is low lunge on the left on the back of your mat. So inhale your arms up, just different perspective, just trust yourself. And then exhale, frame your left foot, straighten the left leg so you're in pyramid on the back of the mat on the left side, pyramid pose. From pyramid, bring your left hand in front of the left foot as you open up the right arm. Now you're coming into triangle on the back of the mat on the left side. Good, 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 you guys. Inhale, arms up so you're in 5-pointed star. Exhale, goddess squat. So now step the right foot to the left, your back of the mat. Yep. Back of the mat. Don't worry, we're going to get this down, okay? So you're starting at the back of the mat. Yep, so you're facing the wall. Good. So now we got to make our way back to the front. So what we just did was a moon salutation. So if it'll make sense eventually. These are one of my favorite things to teach because nobody knows them. Even some of my most skilled yoga teachers that I've learned from have a hard time sequencing this, but I think it's really good for the sake of yoga, syncing our breath into movement and doing things different. So anyways, if you're at the back of the left mat, what do? Step the right foot into goddess. Take a little squat here. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Turn that right foot towards the front. So So we're coming into triangle pose. So make sure the left foot is straight and the right toes are pointing towards the right, so we're at the top. Good. Now reach with the hands as we come into triangle. Right palm comes on the left shin, left arm comes up. Triangle pose. Now just take a breath here. Feel the support of your feet. When we exhale, we're going to turn towards that right foot, so we're coming back into pyramid on the right hand side, framing your foot. Now, drop that left knee, so we're coming back into our low lunge on the right. Take your time though. This is not something that we want to be racing through. We're just trying to be mindful with breath. Inhale, arms up. Now this is where it gets tricky, so trust yourself here. You're exhaling, hands to your heart. We're making our way into side lunge on the right. So you're going to turn towards the left side of the mat. So you're essentially sitting on your right heel, facing the left side. So you're facing the wall. So a moon salutation was, we're going through this whole moon salutation. So what we have to do is walk our hands to the left. Side lunge on the left, sitting on that left heel. Walk the hands to the left. See her in front of you. Now we're going to be facing the back of the mat, turning into the left knee for a low lunge. So then when you feel ready, inhale your arms up. Optional is back bend. Don't feel like you have to do anything extra. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Frame that left foot, coming into a pyramid pose. Pyramid on the left on the back of the mat. We're going to bring the right arm up as we come into triangle on the left. Now we're coming from down, coming up into a 5-pointed star. Beautiful. Exhale, goddess squat. And then, yay, we're back to the top. Hands to the heart. Come into mountain pose. That might be our only one, but I might sneak another one in later. So this is because repetition is good. It's the same as when we do sun salutations all the time. Moon salutations are more grounding and more patient. So come into your mountain, take a breath, maybe just find some gratitude in your body. Feel yourself connecting down into the earth through the feet. And we're going to be moving into Warrior One for mountain pose. So we're going to transition through one-legged mountain. So ground through the right foot. Lift up that left knee, hands to the heart. Step that left foot back. Angle the left foot at a 40-degree angle. Bend the right knee. And then if you can, turn your hips towards the front of the mat. Inhale the arms up, pinkies towards each other, exhale. Here, we're going to take 3 to 5 breaths. You might be feeling like fight or flight right now, but if that's how you feel, try to stay. There's a slight twisting here. Your heart is open. Your feet are grounded. Virabhadrasana 1. 3 more breaths. Inhale, feel your spine lengthen. Feel the energy travel up. Exhale, maybe bend a little deeper in that right knee. Feel your energy of the feet supporting you. Take 2 more breaths. Last breath. And then we're going to transition into Warrior Two. So if that helps you to windmill those arms out, adjust your feet. So now your hips are facing outward towards the left. The right heel is on the center line of the inner left foot. So make the time to adjust your feet. Let the right knee point towards the right pinky toe. So your hips are open, shoulders relaxed. Your drishti, your yoga gaze, is through the right fingertips. Take 3 breaths. Feeling your quads, the upper thigh firing up. That's good. You want to feel that heat. 2 breaths. 1 more. Okay, straighten that right leg. So you're going to turn the right toes. So as if we're coming back into that 5-pointed star, you're facing the left side of the mat. But instead of flowing, we're just going to turn our feet towards the back so that we're in warrior 1 on the left. Yep, different perspectives. So again, before we just kind of get into the position, just make sure your feet are right. So you want to bring your hands on the hips and try to turn the hips so that they're squared in front of you, and then bring your arms up. Exhale, bend a little deeper in that left knee if that feels good. Take 3 breaths, slow breaths. Two more full, powerful breaths here. Let the breath ground you and your thoughts. 1 more. And now exhale, warrior 2. So you're going to turn out that right foot and make sure that left heel is directly in the center of the inner right foot. Left knee pointing towards left pinky toe, so hips are open. Shoulders are relaxed. Gaze towards the back of your mat. Through the left fingertips, take 3 breaths. Feel empowered here, even if it feels like too much. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Full exhale out of the mouth. Straighten that left leg. Turn those left toes back towards the left side of the mat. We're going to stay here because we're going to take a straddle fold. So sometimes it feels good to kind of pigeon toe the feet here, as long as you don't have like a crazy pain in the sciatica. If not, just keep the toes straight. So okay, inhale, take a small little back bend, look up. When you exhale, hinge at the hips with a flat spine. Let your nose trace the wall for as long as you can. Come down nice and slow. And then once you get down, grab the outsides of the feet. We want to use a little upper arm strength to kind of pull ourselves down. Let the head be loose here. Take 3 breaths. And also here you can have a little freedom. So we were doing those side lunges. This is also a good place to kind of practice side lunging. So you can kind of just bend into one knee, bring that hip towards that bent knee, just so that you can start to feel like the mobility and the safety of yourself being close to the ground and being able to side lunge. And of course, every new thing can feel scary. Like, I've been teaching moon salutations for at least 2 years, and I don't really know a lot of people that teach them because they can be a little challenging. But I think it's good to ground and connect with yourself through these practices, even if you feel like, oh, where am I? How did I get here? Which side am I on? Just take a couple breaths. We're going to take one balancing pose after this, and then I'll just see if you guys want to do one more moon salutation. If not, I will definitely teach them in my last class because I really want you guys to grow. Another thing you can do in this wide-legged forward fold, if you're kind of just needing to ground, you can bring your hands out, a couple paw prints, and take like a wide-legged dog. You can also take some twists. We're going to start to meet back in the center though. Bring your hands down in our straddle fold. Start to toe heel the feet so that you're coming more like into a forward fold in the middle of your mat. And slowly start to rise up. And then you can turn yourself back so you're facing the top. You don't have to come to the top though. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release your palms for mountain pose. You can just kind of let that go. And we're going to be coming into standing bow pose for our balancing pose. So this is also very hip opening, very good release, strengthening, empowering. So coming into mountain pose, maybe just close your eyes and just ground here. Come back to your center. Feel the connection with the earth below you, the support, the gratitude. And for our balancing poses, I like to try to hold each side for a minute, but like never feel pressured. It's just always like nice to have like something to breathe into. So we're going to start on our left foot. So picking up the left toes and then sending that foot down so that it feels like a little suction cup. Then we're going to bring the right hand out. So your elbow's in the crook of your hip. You're going to grab the inside of the right foot. Then bring the knees together. So this is where we're probably going to wobble. That's fine. Just feel where you are. And this is a balancing pose. This doesn't have to be the most extreme thing. So you bring your left arm up. And maybe this is where you are today. Let the palm face forward. And if you want to journey into your dancer pose, inhale to lengthen, lift the heart. Exhale, start to bring that left palm down as you lift up the right foot. Keep the hips facing down. Keep the heart lifted for 3 more breaths. Again, if you fall, just get right back where you left off. That's where we grow strength, is by shaking and trembling through all this hard stuff. 2 breaths. 1 more breath. Lift up that foot and then come out of it. Shake it out. Just let that go. Then we'll move on to the other side. So we're going to be balancing on the right foot. Pick up the toes and then send them down so your foot makes that suction cup. Left elbow into that left hip. Grab the inside of the left foot. Again, you're going to wobble. That's okay. Bring the knees together. Feel the energy of the right foot supporting you. Right arm lifts. Exhale. Three more breaths. Again, if you fall, pick up and go where you left off. Be brave. 2 breaths. And release. Shake it out. Well, lucky for you guys, we don't have time for another moon salutation, but my last class, we're going to do those because they're really lovely. So, we're going to make our way down to the mat though. We're going to do this through a yogi squat. So if you're starting at the top of the mat, bring the feet wide. Bring the hands to the heart, heels towards each other. Come down like you're sliding down nice and slow. Nice and slow. And if you're in that squat, keep the spine straight so you're not like rounded. This is like a meditative type pose. So you want to keep the energy lifted here, even though it's grounding. For some, just take a couple breaths. You can also bounce, rock. You can take a little bind if you want to practice some binding or some twisting. But then we're going to make our way onto a seat and onto our bellies. Belly Shavasana. Make a little stack with your forearms. Just allow yourself to come to a normal breath here. I'm sure some of your breathing is heavy like mine. But now it's time to cool down from that empowering dancer standing bow. Just feel your belly breathing into the mat. Stay here for a few breaths until you have that nice, calm breath. You turn the music up a little bit. Take just about 3 more breaths here, and we're gonna close out with some half frogs for our hip closing. For now, just stay breathing. You can come back to that pranayama breath if that feels good for you. Some more intentional breath, maybe counting 4, 5-second inhales. We're going to come into half frog here. So you can bring out that right leg like a 90-degree angle. Turn the left cheek onto the mat. And you could stay like this. You can also stretch that right leg out. But if you're craving some flowing here, you can slide the palms back towards the rib cage so your elbows are up. Then you're going to inhale to lift the heart. So you're stretching that hip. You're going to look up. Exhale, open the jaw. Take a breath up here, but then exhale to come down. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, drop the head back. Inhale here. Exhale, heart comes down. And you can kind of move at your own pace, your own flow. Sometimes I kind of just like spontaneously flow. So I'm kind of just like moving my shoulders around. It's your practice. You do what feels good for the body. This is your safe space. If you don't feel like moving, just simply enjoy the gravity, releasing that hip versus pushing into it. Whenever you're ready and your cheek is back down on the mat, you can start to bring that right leg back. Maybe move around that ankle. Right cheek comes down as the left knee bends, 90-degree angle here. And the same option as the other side. If you kind of want to get a little more intense stretching, you can inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, drop that head back. Take a breath here. And exhale to come down. Inhale, lift. Only if it's in your practice to flow. Make a little spontaneous. About 3 more breaths in whatever you're choosing in your practice. And then whenever you're ready, just bring that leg back. Start to make your way onto your backs. From here, you can grab both knees, bring the forehead up, knee, forehead kiss. And then you can come into a happy baby. You can grab your knees, ankles, or your feet. If the tailbone is like lifted up like that, try to push it down so all of your back is on the mat. And then you can rock left and right. Take any last movements you need. If you want to finish off with an extra little twist, we can twist it out here. Bringing the right knee across the body towards the left, opening that right arm, gazing towards the right. For a supine spinal twist, take a couple breaths there. When you come out of that twist though, you can take a half happy baby. So just open up that right leg and just kind of rock. Stretch the right leg long, grab that left knee with the right hand, bring that across the body towards the right, left arm opens, gaze towards the left, supine spinal twist. Take a couple breaths. When you feel like you've had enough, just open up that left leg like a half happy baby and then spread out nice and wide on your yoga mat like a beautiful bright star. And then bring it in. Come into Shavasana. Close your eyes. Take this pose as seriously as you would any of our other poses. If you have the time, please stay for Shavasana. Close the eyes. Let the palms be open to the sky. Let the toes be pointing opposite directions. Allow yourself to be nothing at all. Just be one with the earth, still, cool, calm. I'll let you know when it's time to move and get out of our Shavasana, but until then, just allow the mind to be blank. If your mind starts to wander, just start to count the breath. Give yourself the luxury of nothingness. You can just stay exactly as you are. Try to move slow as you transition to the next part of life. We can just close practice on our backs, maybe bring hands to the heart if that calls to you. Release whatever breath you're holding and we'll close practice with one breath together. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Thank you guys so much for joining me in class today, and maybe see you on my last class in a few weeks. And I hope you stay safe out there and have a good day. Namaste.